These two moms made medical history by both carrying the same baby during pregnancy. Parenthood is a real engagement, and for some couples, it's a challenge. Ashleigh and Bliss Coulter, a same-sex couple, strongly relate to that. When they undertook having a baby, as genetically theirs as possible, the two women went to a doctor that suggested an unprecedented method. In 2015, 3 years after their first encounter in Mountain Springs, Texas, Ashleigh and Bliss took the plunge and got married. Like every newlywed couple, they dreamed of starting their own little family, and therefore explored the options available to them. Ashleigh was really open to the idea, unlike her partner Bliss, who hesitated a bit at some point. In October 2018, the ABC News got a report from Ashleigh. I was very much interested in having children, but Bliss was a little iffy on it. For Bliss, it seems the situation was not entirely straightforward. As Bliss further explained to ABC News, I wanted a child that was biologically mine, but I did not want to carry the child. Often, when it comes to female-female couples, donated sperm is used to fertilize one of the women during IVF treatment. This means that only one can be biologically related to the baby. Therefore, when Ashleigh and Bliss both stated that they wanted to be involved in the conception and gestation process, the situation seemed irresolvable. That's when a friend pointed the pair to Dr. Kathy Duty, a specialist in fertility. The situation was scarcely credible for the couple, which eventually made them cautious. As Ashleigh explained, we didn't really think it was possible until we heard it from Dr. Kathy's mouth. In 2017, they booked an appointment with Dr. Duty to learn more about the procedure she had to offer. The treatment Dr. Duty practiced was a form of IVF known as effortless IVF. In traditional IVF, eggs are fertilized and incubated in a laboratory. When the embryos have sufficiently developed, they're transferred to the mother's uterus. Effortless IVF, however, works slightly different. In effortless IVF treatment, instead of sending the harvested eggs to the lab for fertilization, a small device is used. It is called an InvoCell, a kind of incubator for the eggs and donor sperm that is placed inside the carrier's vagina. The developed embryos are then implanted in the uterus from the InvoCell device. According to effortlessivf.com, there are fewer drugs and doctor visits required throughout the process of effortless IVF. Therefore, the site claims, it works out significantly cheaper than traditional IVF, but is no less successful. In the case of Ashleigh and Bliss, the treatment presented an opportunity that was otherwise unavailable to them. Dr. Duty suggested that the procedure would be combined with a treatment called reciprocal IVF. This last would allow Bliss's eggs to be fertilized and developed into embryos before they are placed in Ashleigh's uterus. In other words, Bliss would get the biological baby she desired, while her wife carries the baby through pregnancy. According to ABC News, Bliss was reportedly overwhelmed with joy, as she herself recalled, knowing that we're about to create something that's biologically mine. My next thought was, what is he going to look like? What is he going to be like? Pretty much like every parent, but I was very excited that this was even possible. Usually, in effortless IVF treatment, only one woman is involved in egg donation through to receiving the developed embryos to complete the pregnancy. However, by adopting this method, Bliss would carry the InvoCell device before the embryos are implanted in Ashleigh, which means both women would be involved in the pregnancy. It was a first for such a procedure. What makes this so special, Dr. Duty explained to Mail Online in October 2018, is that it's the first time that two women have actually carried the pregnancy of their child together. Nevertheless, Dr. Duty, who developed the method, was confident the treatment would be a success. 36-year-old Bliss had her eggs placed inside the info cell where they were introduced to a donor's sperm. The cell was then implanted into her body to allow the eggs to fertilize. Bliss expressed concern about carrying the plastic cell shaped like a champagne cork, but as it turns out, it wasn't necessary. As she recalled to ABC News, "I didn't feel it at all. I never had any pain from it." Then it was 28-year-old Ashleigh's turn. As soon as her hormone therapies had been completed, she was ready to receive her wife's embryo. Then, a little more than a week later, they took a pregnancy test. Dr. Duty's method had been successful. The Coulters were pregnant on their first attempt. "Bliss always jokes she has golden eggs," Ashleigh quipped to ABC News. "She came out of anesthesia and was like, 'Did you get all of the golden eggs?' The pregnancy passed without any complications, and in June 2018, Ashleigh gave birth to an 8-pound, 4-ounce baby boy. The couple named him Stetson. As Bliss recalled, "The moment he was born, I felt like I was the most blessed person in the whole world because he was just perfect in every way." Ashleigh described the process as being special, as they both had a role to play in the pregnancy. Dr. Duty feels it is a doctor's responsibility to develop new ways of offering pregnancy methods to people who need them. She feels reciprocal effortless IVF is the perfect procedure for same-sex couples. As she put it to ABC News, "It feels more natural for parents and it gives them a unique bond with their baby." Ashleigh, Bliss, and Stetson, the living example of scientific miracles, made medical history by overthrowing any obstacle on their way.